All right, so listen. We are going to talk through what battle. This is the first time I've ever like made it like an official thing. We've talked about it and we've played around with it, but Jason's going to stop talking with me, okay? Because now I have evidence that you're talking with me because I'm recording so that when students say that I said X, Y, and Z, I know what I said, and it's right now recording. Okay, so don't mess yourselves up right now. Okay, cool. So Battle of the Shows works this way. All right, we will have 2 rounds. All right, there will be 2 rounds. The first round is going to be fourth and fifth period. They're going to compete against each other. Okay, I'm going to go over the rubric, and then the second round is going to be whoever wins out of fourth and fifth period is going to compete against you guys. Okay. Um, then after that, what I'm going to do is I'll answer questions at the end. After that, what I'm going to do is I'll award whoever wins out of this class and that other class that competes against you. We will have a day of production meeting with food and no work for that day. Okay. Um, so that's the plans for that. So let's go over how this is all going to play out and the dates for everything. Jason, really quick before I do that, what's your question?
Oh wait, so like we were just playing round two, like automatically, or did we do some
What do you mean?
like we got to round two?
You're the show class. You automatically go to round 2. Okay. Um, so here's how this works. All right, and this is how I'm going to grade you. I'm going to have a guest judge to help me to grade your stuff as well. But this is the rubric right here. All right, so it starts. The competition begins April 3rd and it ends May 24th. That's the 2 rounds. All right. Motivational. I'm looking for anchor and reporters with charisma and personality, eye contact, student interviews, and extras. So that's people who are not anchor or reporters. So just like on that show, they took a reporter and interviewed her. She don't count. So could we use people in the class? If they're not an anchor or a reporter and they're behind the scenes, yes. If they're not an anchor or a reporter and they're behind the scenes, yes. Okay? I'll answer your question in a second. See, student interviews or extra, making it entertaining. Okay? And I know you have a definition of entertaining, okay? But make sure entertaining is school appropriate. Okay, you're the show class, so when they come to compete against you, you need to make sure it's school appropriate. You're gonna have some time to work on what that looks like, and I'll give you feedback before they compete against you, okay? And keeping the student body engaged in the show. Now, I always, when I see that on ITV's rubric, I don't like that part, but at the end of the day, they're your audience, they're your viewers, okay? So is the student body engaged in what the show was like, okay? There's an easy way for me to tell that, okay? I can check with majority of my classes to see how well they engaged in what your show is about. The way we know this, again, is when I'm walking the hallways, when you're walking the hallways, when kids come into my class and they're like, oh, I like that show, I like when blah, 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 blah. That's how I know they engage. When teachers are telling me that their entire classroom went quiet because they were focused on the show, okay? That's my way to tell if people are engaged. Yes, Bobby, before I go to technical merit.
Okay, a couple of things. Some of it's with the PowerPoint, but I'll tell you that after. So their graphics, who's the kid that has the dad that makes all those animations?
Slater.
Yeah, I don't think his dad should be allowed to do that for this kind of show because that's kind of like, he's not a part of CVTV. So I know he's using a resource, but that's not fair because we don't have parents who can do that.
Okay.
Well, resource.
Can use.
I agree.
Okay. So.
We should all have that source, but if we're not allowed to have that, then they shouldn't have it.
Okay, so here's what we will do. Here's what I'll do. I totally agree with you. Okay, I will make sure I tell them that. I agree with you. All right. So we will do that. Okay. All right. Shh. Thank you. Shh. Stop talking. Thank you. There's people at table 3 who's going to get themselves in trouble. They know who I'm talking to. Okay. Technical merit. All right. Making sure your audio is good. That's one of the big ones. When I send our shows off to ITV, we usually get nailed. For the 3 years that I've been here, we've gotten nailed on audio. Okay. Making sure your audio is even. I've told you to use dual mono in your audio when you're editing your stuff. Okay. If you don't know how to do that, I can get with you later and show you how to do that. Framing your shots. Okay, making sure they're using some creative shots. Your lighting, making sure your lighting is good. I know the lighting in the hallway is not the best, but by now, this class, out of all the classes, should know the really good spots for lighting. Okay, and if you don't, there's going to be a person who's going to be your coach and head director, and we'll talk about what that looks like and how you need to open your ears to what she's saying. Okay. Editing smoothness as well is going to be a kicker. If you have a lot of jump cuts and you're not fixing those things with B-roll or some sort of transition, preferably B-roll, it's going to be a problem. Okay. Graphics. Okay. Making sure they're visible. There's a theme to your graphics. You use some sort of pictures or clip art or even video. I'll even throw B-roll in there too. All right. And then your graphics, I already said that twice. But continuity, okay? I'll figure out how to fix that. But making sure there's a flow with your graphics. All right. Then the comprehensive part, we usually kill that every time. If you guys don't do well on that, that means no one's learning anything or you're not listening to your news director. Okay? Academic. It does not mean that you have to say, we're going to do math problems today. Your anchor, your reporters, several people throughout the show can make some sort of academic reference, and that is an academic piece. Okay? So 75% of the show needs to be at Cole and Eli, move from each other, because y'all are going to drive me crazy. Your academic piece, 75% of your show needs to be that, okay? Extracurricular, that's more of like your extras, your entertainment type stuff, your sports, all right? The advantage you guys have is you have CSN that you can use in some of the shows if the directors want to do that. All right. They already asked me could they be in some of the shows. That's a conversation that crew and the class directors would have to talk about. All right. Let's see what else. And making sure you have at least 2 reports. 2 reports. That's not saying a lot. We do that easy. Okay.
We have 3 reports usually in our class shows.
Yes. All right. So that's the rubric. All right. So here are the deadlines for everything. Okay. And I'll keep you up to date as to where everyone is at. So you'll I'll try to make a chart or put something on the board so you see where the 2 classes are at and who you're probably going to be competing against. And the advantage that you have is we air their stuff on CVTV, so you can see what they're doing and what they're good at and what they're not good at, so you can work on those areas as the show class. So round 1 is going to be between April 3rd through April the 18th. Round 2, this is where you kick in, is May 3rd through May 24th. Okay. It's the round 1 is best out of 3. Round 2 is best out of 4. Okay. Let's see what else. Your news directors. Okay. Will be. I think for you guys it's Chase and Savannah. Okay? So here is what I want you guys to use to your advantage. You have a news director who have been working with me for the last 3 years, okay? Who have experience in what I expect, what ITV expect, okay? She is already cringing that she's not gonna be the director. Most of you are probably cringing that she's not gonna be the director because you probably want her to direct. But she has the experience. I want you to listen to her. So as a director, so I'm gonna look at directors dead in the eye, so you understand, you need to pay attention. When she says, hey, because I do it to her, okay? When she say, hey, you should do this, don't say, no, like, okay, okay? Because I push her in the same direction when we are doing ITV stuff. I'm like, no, this is what you need to do so that we can win, okay? If it's a dialogue that you feel like, hey, I agree with you, but I don't agree with you, I can come in and help out with that. But for the most part, I don't think she's gonna like send you down the wrong path, okay? Just saying, okay? Be open, that's all I'm saying. This is to the whole crew. I want her to use her experience and give you tips on what to do, okay? Now, I'm gonna be honest, okay? And this is being recorded right now. If I wanted y'all to win, right? If I really wanted y'all to win, and y'all just like destroy them, okay? I can make sure the director set this up correctly. I, as the teacher, could actually set this up so that certain people are doing certain things. But I wanna see the people who, you're in this class for a reason. I wanna see what you can do before you leave. Most of you've been in the back seat for a while. And we're gonna give you some feedback so that when you leave this place, whether you are doing this or not, when you go to high school, you can say, I did a really good job and I left Lakeland Highlands so that everyone understands what I've done and how well I've produced shows. Yes, sir. 6481. Shut up. Bye. Please, some of you don't like what you probably saw when it comes to the positions that you have. You've been in the program for 3 years. Some of you, I want to see what you're able to do, okay? Some of you, I'm not sure where you're at and what you're capable to do before you leave this place, okay? Some of you, I got it. Again, I could set this thing up where you guys would destroy them. I really could. But I want to play fair, and I want you to give me your best. So yes, I could say, you're gonna direct, you're gonna anchor, you're gonna report, you're gonna do graphics, you guys are gonna be music, you're gonna run camera, you're gonna run camera. I could do all of that stuff, right? You guys are gonna record, I can do all of that. But I don't wanna do that. I wanna see what most of you who've been in the back seat, while some of these people have did a lot of the ITV stuff, and yes, that was my choice. Okay, because when we came out in the beginning of the year, they came out swinging. Okay, and this is why I'm recording myself, so nobody don't say, oh, you said, I know what I said. Okay, they came out swinging. That's why I chose them to do a lot of the ITV stuff. Now I want to see you swing. I want to see you perform to the best. Okay, I know you can do it if you try. There is no reason that a 7th grade class should beat you. Okay? I'm excited that the competition is going to be in the room. Here's what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to, don't mind you talking like, I guess we used to call it trash, talk trash to each other. I don't mind you doing that, but don't be disrespectful. Please. Because you're going to see these people in the hall. You're going to see them when some of you come in here and record and do your stuff. Once you become disrespectful, you're done. You can't compete. You can't participate. All right? The winner, If it's your class, then there will be some sort of reward for you, okay? If it's not your class, I'm still gonna take care of you guys, because you've worked really hard this year. But, if it's your class, you get the reward. If it's not your class, then I'm gonna take care of you regardless, because you've been here for 3 years, all right? So those class directors, I'm looking forward to what you're going to bring to the table. This is why I've encouraged you to get your show planner up there, and let's push. Let's push, okay? I'm going to turn Madeline loose to give you feedback, okay? I'm also going to turn another person who is honest, but I need her to be nice when she's honest, okay? And y'all probably already know what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm gonna turn Bobby loose to give feedback to, okay? Because, and everybody's eyebrows go, oh crap. Right? But I think the things that they're gonna say to you is going to help you, okay? If they're ever rude, don't argue with them. Okay? Please come to me, and I can take care of that, okay? But I really think y'all can do really good at this, and I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna leave before you exit this place, so that everyone understands this is what CVTV should look like. You've been doing good so far. We've created a sports show. So I think you guys are leaving something that they'll say, oh wow, that was good. We wanna be just as good. All right. So any questions? Yes. Okay. Yes.
It doesn't pertain to this, but I still have a question.
Okay.
So with the show that we were filming yesterday, do you think it's okay that we were like reading the books? Because that's not very principled.
There's some stuff that y'all did that I didn't think was
Yeah,
principal.
I think we should change that. So we can do the best we can do, because I don't think that's very.
I mean, if y'all, what time is it?
9:26.
Okay, that was my goal, is to be done by this time. So, y'all can crank it, then go for it. But right now, I just need the stuff that I don't have. This is, the beginning shows are like practice shows, so y'all can see what needs to work on. All right? Any other questions? Brooks is in fifth. Don't talk crap with Brooks.
No, I'm gonna talk crap.
Yes. Any other questions? All right.
Wait, is Sayana helping us?
Sayana is on your team.
On what?
Yeah.
This team.
Right.
We're all in line.
Cool.
We're
Yeah.
all in line.
So she can.
She did have it.
Can we do an office show? I really wanna do an office.
All right, so you have the two class directors, go ahead and get to work. Yes, sir. I told you on Monday. Yeah. Okay. Bye.